Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Sorry we missed last week. I've been sick with COVID, so I wasn't able to stream last week, but we're going to try to make up for it today, and I'm going to try to do a makeup stream eventually to make up the lost progress, because we lost an entire week's progress thanks to COVID. So we shall definitely attempt in sometime in the next week or so to do a makeup stream. So, alright. I'm gonna have to check on this because I'm getting some static on my end. Let me pull up my. Might help if I actually went to my channel. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It's a little on the quiet side, but I think it'll be fine. Alright. So we got to go through here and do this part first. This won't take long.
No glory.
Okay, so use the blood rune to light this to repair the seal. Then we gotta recharge the blood rune again. There we go, so when we find the next basin, we're ready to fill it. I think we're supposed to go this way next, actually. So it may not actually matter, but that's what we're doing, so. I apologize, I do have a cough drop in my mouth. So if you hear something in my mouth, I'm sucking on a cough drop to help relieve the coughing. Even though most of the symptoms of COVID are gone, I still have a nasty lingering cough, so. Gonna kill these guys real quick, even though I don't get progress towards my next blood rune, but that's fine. We'll definitely encounter 5 enemies on the way. So like there's 3 right now. I need to send out invitations. I completely forgot to do that. Invite people to the party. Except for I don't actually have... Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay, kill one more enemy and do the last trough, and then we're ready to move on back towards where we were last time. There we go.
I take no pleasure in killing, but I'm glad we're alive and they're not. I'm with you, my friend.
now we go this way.
Did you see that? The Marima mage had activated the barrier on this door to block us from getting to the binding pool, but I figured out how to break it. What about you, though? Did you repair the seals?
Yes, the seals are repaired. What else do we need to do?
We have to go out to the binding pool and channel the energy to rebind the serpent. I've read everything I can, but this is old, wild magic. I don't know if I can do this. And if the Marima mage is out there, well, I certainly can't defeat him.
I'll take care of the mage. You rebind the serpent.
All right. If this works and you are able to defeat the Marima mage, I'll need you to do one more thing. When I say the word, use the blood rune to activate the final seal. That's it. All right. We can do this. Yes. All right. Let's go. Ifray's bones! What in oblivion is he doing? We have to stop him! Hurry! I'll begin the rebinding spell. You take care. Now, use the blood rune on the final seal. Quickly!
Did we get him?
Saint sweet mercy. We did it! The serpent's bound again! First off, I have to say I'm sorry to the gods for ever doubting them. Second, I promise I will never say that guard duty is beneath my abilities again. Never.
What about the rest of the Malmer?
I think I've done all I can. You're pretty tough. Tougher than me, at least. You may be ready for the next fight, but I'm going to need a few minutes. Go on, though. With you on our side, this whole Malma thing will be over quick, I imagine.
Right, we need to grab that location, and then we're gonna head back up to Seaside Sanctuary via the Way Shrine. And we'll go do the next part of the main quest. Oh great, it's a Wisp Mother.
Guard up! Get moving!
It's funny, we literally just saved the Prowler during during High Isle, and now we're going to be riding on it again as we yeah, we're going to be riding on it again as we go to fight the bad guy who's trying to escape by sea. Captain.
There you are. Impressive work back there. The Maormer didn't know what hit them when our forces stormed in, and I've got my ship back.
Are you ready to set sail?
Of course. The Prowler's been sitting at dock too long. She's ready to pounce on that bastard Paladil as soon as we catch him. And catch him soon, we will. You have the captain's word on it. Good. The sooner we're underway, the sooner we can catch Paladin. Raise anchor.
Let's set sail. Paladin's End. The Abacian Sea, south of Hammerfell, west of Cyrodiil, and north of Valenwood, and northeast of Somerset is a pocket of the Atlantic Ocean called the Abacian Sea. It bustles with trade, merchant ships, and pirates.
The battle's on! Hurry! They need you topside!
Inside, get out of the way. We've got boarders. We got this sea serpent.
They've summoned a god's damn
Mars,
sea serpent!
Watch out! It's going to ram us! Brace for impact. Load the fire. Burn that beast down before it sinks us.
Quickly! To the ballista!
It did not like that. More incoming. Watch out! Man the fire launchers. Destroy that damnable snake. For High Isle.
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
The sea serpent is dead.
There are none left to stand against us.
Yeah, Callum. Prepare to repel borders. Mates, capture those portals. We'll use them to launch an attack.
Yeah, they were stupid to open a portal from their ship to our ship.
I have
That's
no
sure to
fear
leave an
of
impression.
Even if I fall, Naaman will be my vengeance. Naaman has the staff of Mac.
I'm sorry, what were you saying before I killed you?
The Serpent Slayer! You saved the day!
You made it. I was beginning to have my doubts, but I trust that the Viceroy will no longer be a threat.
Yes, Palandil is dead.
Then this is cause for celebration. Let us return to the shore and share the good news with Major Sirenwe. Are you ready to return?
Yes, let's sail back.
By Joan and Jode, I wasn't sure we make it out of that one, but you never cease to impress. Things are always exciting when you're around, it seems.
Alright, are you coming ashore?
No, I will stay aboard the Prowler. I miss her greatly when we are apart, so I will celebrate our victory here on deck with my crew and several bottles of moon sugar double rum. You go on. Savor this victory. You certainly earned it.
The Queen must be told of our victory here today. Tales of today's battle will undoubtedly be told for generations. When soldiers of the Aldmeri Dominion face impossible odds, they will not retreat. They will say, "Remember the Battle of Seaside Sanctuary," and they will press on to victory.
So, both the Malmer and the Veiled Heritants are defeated?
Let us hope. If they do rear their ugly heads again, we will smite them once more. There remains one very serious concern, however. The soldiers we captured say the Vicereeve conducted a ritual to raise Prince Naaman from the dead.
So I heard. Does anyone know where he went?
We have conflicting reports on that concern, but Razumdar is investigating. Regardless, your first priority is to inform the Queen of
Hey,
our
Joe, welcome to
victory
the
and
stream.
this unfortunate news about her brother. Give her this letter. It contains all the details.
Understood. I'll report to Queen Ayrenn as soon as possible. Alright, report to Marbrink, but we got a couple other things to do before we do that. You missed a sea battle, Joe. We were on the open ocean fighting a sea serpent using ballista. But other than that, you didn't miss much. I don't remember how to get back up there. There it is, there's Moonhinge.
Here we go.
This is the quest I was looking for.
Anyone assist me?
You made it past the undead outside.
I'm with you, my friend.
Ow!
Damn. Everything tastes like blood. You made it past the undead outside Marbrook? Either that, or I lost more blood than I thought.
What happened here?
Daedra, out of the Moonhinge. When the undead appeared in Drilladon Pass, we got cut off from Marbrook, and in the Daedra came, like beasts that smelled blood.
What is the Moonhinge?
An Ayleid ruin. We don't really know what it was for. Captain Ethrel and Sergeant Galandir took scouts to investigate, but they were captured. The Daedra are holding them for some kind of ritual. We need to save them.
I'll see what I can do.
I thought I'd never escape.
We're still standing. Be proud of that. You did it! I'm free!
it! I'm free!
Stendarr see you safely.
Damnable Daedric rituals. Just wait until I'm free. You, come with me. Quickly, we don't have much time.
Time for what?
Captain Ethrol and the rest of our scouts are trapped on the other side of that portal.
How did that happen?
The main portal was unguarded when we got here. Captain Ethrol took 4 of our number through. That's when the Dremora swept in and captured us. Set up crystals to seal the portal. It was a trap, and we walked into it like yesterday's dinner.
So destroying the crystals will unseal the portal?
That's the idea. But there are secondary portals all around the main one, protecting the crystals. Ready yourself for a fight.
I'll handle the crystals.
If we don't close the portal from the other side, the Daedra will find a way to reopen it.
Aren't you going to assist me?
Basic tactics, soldier. I need to cover your back so the Daedra on the hill don't flank you.
Yeah, unfortunately just destroying the crystals is not enough. You also have to kill the Daedra that are attached to the portal to make the portal disappear. Isles of Torment. In addition to the major planes of Oblivion, there's an almost unlimited number of so-called pocket planes, small self-contained realities where the ordinary rules of nature may or may not apply.
Captain Ethrol, look at me. We're going to make it through this.
You'll make it out of here. I know you will.
I ran right past them back.
Captain. Captain. Damn it all. Looks like we only meet in horrible places. Did you bring the 100 blades this time? No matter, you didn't need them in First Hold.
Simeon, how'd you get here?
The Queen sent me to check on our Bosmer allies, and a good thing, too. This whole forest is rife with corruption. I offered my assistance to Captain Ethrol when the Daedra came through the Moonhenge.
Where are the rest of the scouts?
The Daedra scattered us as soon as we got here. We need to find the others and close the portal before the Daedra organize.
How do we close the portal?
I've been watching the Daedra closely. The commanders pass in and out of a gateway to the north, or what passes as north in this place. If I had to guess, I'd say our Moonhenge has a twin on this plane.
What do you mean?
The Moonhenge you came through was an Ayleid ruin. But where did they get the idea? Find the keys the Dremora used to unlock the pillars that seal the gateway. I suspect we'll find the sigil stone that powers the portal through there.
Aren't you coming with me?
Haha, once again, you have your duty and I have mine. I'm going to clear the gateway entrance for you in the meantime. Send the others my way if you find them.
The key of Discord. Well, I could definitely use that in case I get locked out of Discord.
Don't! Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting... I mean, I am really glad you're not a Daedra.
I'm your backup.
Scout Perinath, I'm sorry I abandoned the captain. This is my first fight. When the Daedra attacked, I lost my nerve. It won't happen again, I promise.
We're leaving this place. Meet me at the Plains Moonhenge once the gateway's open.
As you say.
Move now!
Stendarr, bar that thing from a swift return.
Okay, we got the key of Discord.
No guts, no glory.
This one will never complain about a job again.
Hazazi?
Daedra, imprisonment, and crazy Bosmer. There is no end to Azazi's suffering. At least you are here again to help me.
Meet me at the Plains Moonhenge so we can leave.
Azazi's tail swishes with joy.
Steady on. Shake it off.
Oh, come on. I sat there, I don't know how many times pressing the button to change my weapon. Alright, we have the keys. Let's go activate the pillars. How are you doing today, Joe?
Glad you made it. Just hold the keys up to the pillars and we'll be on our way.
Our tickets up. Ladies first.
This one is no lady.
Well, that didn't take us to where we thought it was going to.
These crystals are powering a seal, protecting the sigil stone.
What
We're
is
trying
that?
to break them, but it'll take time.
My friend hunts for us.
We did it! You were amazing! Now let's get that sigil stone before the Daedra advance!
That's not good.
Now there's just one more thing, but it's a doozy.
What else is there?
Well, there is the matter of this Moonhenge. It seems to be
Okay.
connected in some way to the Moonhenge in Greenshade. As long as it's here, all the Dremora would have to do to reopen the portal is replace the sigil stone. So we'll need to destroy it.
How do we destroy it?
I created a scroll for just that purpose. Unfortunately, it requires the power of the sigil stone. As the sigil stone is destroyed, the portal will close for good. The person who casts the spell will be trapped here.
So I'll cast it.
Stop right there. You've got more experience at saving the world than us. We're not leaving you to rot in Cold Harbor.
So we have a choice here. We can intimidate her and say, I won't leave anyone behind, give me the scroll. Or I can say, so you want me to choose one of you to stay behind. Give you a little bit to decide if you want to make a choice or not. Okay. I won't leave anyone behind. Give me the scroll.
You cannot be... You're serious? Fine, there may be a planar tear before the portal collapses. You'd better come back.
Okay. Escape the Isle of Torment. Oh, I'm always really bad at this part. Yeah, like when I do that. Yeah, I think I just ducked up really badly. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you can definitely tell Isabel's gotten stronger. She's actually taking care of enemies by herself. Miri was never even capable of taking on a single opponent one-on-one, but Miri's got it.
You don't want to do this!
Whoops. We almost fell again. There we go. Alright, we're back.
You closed the Daedric portal. Moonhenge is back to its old self, plus a few decorations. But where's the captain?
She didn't make it.
Damn. But it looks like everyone else got out.
I stayed behind to destroy the other Moonhenge.
That's the biggest risk I've ever seen a soldier take. You deserve a medal.
What will you do now?
We'll mop up the remaining Daedra and start rebuilding the outpost. Thanks to you, we won't have to fight a war on two fronts.
Close the rip to Cold Harbor. Is this delve down here at the bottom or is it up at the top? Okay, so we do have to go in there and get that sky shard. But we'll come back around and get it, because we still gotta go up top side for a minute anyways. Anything else I needed here? I don't think so. I think this is a... I think this just goes on to, I think this just goes on to the next area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that bridge goes into, Malabar Tour, so... Yep. Gotta go to that delve and we can head on to the next main quest. Yeah, we have 7 major locations left. We have 4 main quests. Quest 10, 11, 12, 13. No, we have 5 main quests left. Yeah, we're doing pretty well, actually. I mean, losing that week definitely hurt us in getting where I want us to be, but we'll try to do a makeup stream during the next week. So. Delivery contract, read the note. Contract, to acquire and deliver alchemical ingredients, all that can be found in the depths of Barrow Trench, an abandoned mine near the border of Malabar Tor. Ingredients required, speckled stinkhorn cap, radish, any radish will do. That's a weird thing to get from the mine. And bleached relusa cap, that one makes sense, and so does the stinkhorn cap. Delivered to Valen in Indothin in Woodhart to claim payment. Okay. Got the radish, got the stinkhorn, now we just have to get the Lusa cap.
standing. Be proud of that.
Split up!
So I was watching Miniature Nerd try out the new Saints Row game earlier, Joe. He was not impressed by it.
What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
And he genuinely liked the original, like, series of Saints Row, so he was really disappointed. So. I know he went into it with kind of high hopes because he said Saint Rose 4 wasn't really his thing. You still haven't played Saint Rose 4 yet, have you? That's fair. Yeah, he said he kind of lost interest in the series after Saints Row 4, so he was kind of happy that they rebooted the series, so. Instead of following on with the Saints Row 5, which is honestly what I think everyone thought they were going to do, was make a Saints Row 5 that picked up where Saints Row 4 left off. Ooh. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have minded that. I actually kind of enjoyed Saint Rose 4. But then again, I hadn't played... Well, from what I've heard, Gat Out of Hell actually is what rebooted the series. So it's like something about one of the storylines or something. I don't know all the details, but that's kind of what I heard happened anyways. But I kind of enjoyed Saints Row 4, honestly. But it was, I hadn't played any of the other games going into it, so that may have been why, because I didn't have the memories of playing the older games to compare to. I only had Saints Row 4, so. I remember being very lost, though, when I started Saint Rose 4. I'm like, what is going on in this game? And they tried to explain the game to me, and I was not following.
Useless layabouts, rank amateurs. It was just a simple list of ingredients. How hard can it be?
I found your contract in Burrowed Trench. I have your ingredients.
Truly? You have all three? Quickly, let me see. Yes, these will do. Satisfactory.
I did, yeah.
Here, take your payment. At last, I can join my 5-clawed brothers. I can be the predator I was born to be. Now a toast to finding my true form at last. No, the tale is right, but why so many scales? My family will never accept me like this.
Looks like he's got more work to do to become a Khajiit. Yeah. I did in fact see how weird that got.
Well?
Alright, so before we go talk to Queen Ayrenn, there's actually 2 more locations that I didn't do in the southern part of the map. We're going to go to those first, and then we'll proceed with the main quest. Because it's going to get pretty linear by, once we start the next main quest, things are going to get really linear and going to go really quickly. And, so I probably won't get back to these quests if I don't do them now until after we finish the main scenario quest of the region. So
Zen's price. We don't deserve this. We've done nothing wrong. I'm beginning to think our clan's just cursed. Driven from our home, then we find a new place to settle, only to have the very earth itself rise up against us. It's not fair.
what happened?
I'm from Clan Drilladan. Undead attacked our village weeks ago. We fled here and found this place just abandoned. No one here. It seemed perfect, so we settled in, and then these stone men, the Hollow, just burst from the ground and attacked.
Your people are under attack right now?
Yes. We're no strangers to battle, but these Hollow, they're unstoppable. Strike one down and another comes forth. Please, if you are as able as you look, Indana still fights to drive them back. She needs help, and fast.
I'll go look for Indonis then.
I wonder if you weren't sent by Ifrit herself. I hope so. We can't let these Hollow drive us away. We have to hold this ground. We have nowhere else to go.
Where did your clan originally come from?
To the north, Drilladan Pass. Our clan has lived in that part of the Valenwood for longer than even our elders could remember. The Altmer came in and built Marbrook not long ago, but we stayed. Until the dead came. Hundreds of them.
Where did the undead come from?
I don't know, and now that they're far behind us, I don't care. We've found a new home now. We must defend it or die trying.
Yeah, I can tell you where the dead came from. It was Naaman. Naaman using the Staff of Magnus to raise an army of the undead.
Well met. If you're made of flesh and bone, I'm calling you a friend. These abominations, the Hollow, they've killed our Treefane and a dozen others. What in oblivion are they, and how do we get rid of them? Can you help us?
I can help you, but I don't know any more than you do.
I was afraid you'd say that. And all we know for sure is that the stony bastards are coming from the ground. I was thinking of trying to collapse their hulls, but I need someone to defend me while I do it. What you say? Are you up for it?
I can protect you, just tell me where we're going.
We're going where the holes are. There are a few big ones they're coming from. Collapsing them may not stop the Hollow completely, but hopefully it'll at least slow them down. If not, at least we'll go down fighting. You lead the way.
Okay. Okay, that's one. Ow. I didn't even realize I got surrounded.
We fought well.
Alright, one more hole to go. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I have Protect Innocence on. I don't want to accidentally kill an innocent. Okay, good. I can't attack innocents. Okay. It's like, just when I see that white bar show up, it's like showing that they can be attacked. I'm just like, I don't want to accidentally kill them. Okay.
That should slow him down. Quickly, we should get to the clan hold fast.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
Children of the forest, these grounds are forbidden to you. I warn you again. Leave now or suffer the consequences.
We'll defend our new home to the death. Come back here, you stony bastard!
Let us speak. I can explain what is happening here. Perhaps you can be more reasonable than this, Bosma. These grounds are forbidden. Allowing them to settle here would threaten the health of the Valenwood. If they do not leave, we will purge them with the forest like a destructive rot.
Is there no way to make this work?
No. There is no alternative. These people must leave. Know that this is not our will. We would not harm anyone of our own accord. We would let them stay. But our directives are not self-determined. They were ingrained when we were created.
Who ingrained you with these directives?
I do not know. We were created by the Wilder King. Perhaps these were his directives, or perhaps they just come from the forest. Regardless, we are here to ensure no one settles in this area. That is our only purpose.
Then we really are in an impasse.
I must emphasize to both you and these Bosma that we did not desire this duty. Nor did we take any joy in it. But we cannot act against our directives. The only way one might circumvent this is to destroy us. And that would be very difficult to do.
So you can be destroyed?
Yes. It does not violate my directives to inform you that destroying me would effectively render all the hollow in this area harmless. I have no desire for self-preservation, but know that such an act would do irreversible harm to the Valenwood.
Alright, we have a choice. We can discuss this within Dallas. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to her real quick and see what she says.
I've never met the Wilder King, but I'm sure he wouldn't have created a bunch of monsters to indiscriminately kill innocent Bosma. Either way, My people have sacrificed enough already. We're staying here, even if that means we do so as corpses.
Are you sure the entire clan feels this way?
Look, if you decide this stone abomination is right, and we shouldn't be allowed to stay here, I'll go back to the clan Hoofvast and we'll take a vote. I warn you, though, the Drilladan are not a soft-skinned bunch. I think they'll choose to fight.
Okay, we have a choice. We can choose to side with the Wood Elves and destroy the Stone Hollow Men, allowing the Wood Elves to settle into their new home, Shadow's Crawl. Or we can side with the Stone Watchmen and try to force out the... There's no option to discuss, Joe. One of the two sides has to die. No matter which side we choose, we have to wipe out the other side. That's the only option. I've tried multiple ways to try to get to a discussion. If you side with the Hollow Watchman, she and all of her allies become hostile immediately. If you side with her, the Watchmen become hostile, and you have to kill them. There's no other route. I wish there was, but I've tried literally everything trying to find a way where I didn't have to kill both sides. Or, one of the sides. Alright. Honestly, then I'm just going to pick what I usually do. I'm going to side with the Wood Elves, because the Watchmen don't know who gave them this prerogative, so they don't know if it was the Wielder King or the forest itself, so they don't actually know where their directions are coming from. Honestly, it could be a Daedric Prince messing with them. So I'm going to side with the Wood Elves and help them settle. So.
I must emphasize to both you and these Bosmer, yes. It does not violate my directives to inform you that destroying me would effectively render all the Hollow in this area harmless. I have no desire for self-preservation, but know that such an act would do irreversible harm to the Valenwood.
Regardless, that's what's best for the Bosmer.
Very well. But my directives will make this count.
And honestly, it's kind of what the Watchman wants too, because he mentioned that if he had a choice, he would let the Bosmer stay regardless of the harm it would cause. He doesn't have a choice but to drive them out. So, I feel like, even though we're destroying them, they are constructs, and even though he has sentient intelligence, I feel like it's, if he, he said if he could make the conscious decision, which he can't, he can't go, even though he's sentient, he cannot go against his programming. If he could make the decision, he would let them stay. So, I think this is for the best. Also, I hate to say it, but he's like, he's really sad when you have to kill all the Bosmer, because they won't, they won't just leave. So after you kill all the Bosmer, he's like really sad about it too. So like, I don't really want to see that ending again. I wish there was a way that could be settled without violence. Like, if there was a way to get them just to leave, I think that would be acceptable as well.
Our scouts say the Hollow have stopped fighting. Some have crumbled into dust, others have simply wandered off. I trust this means you destroyed the Watchmen.
Yes, you should be able to settle here now in peace.
There's no way I can properly thank you for what you've done. This is the first good luck my clan's had in months. This means we can stay here and start over. Wherever you go, and whatever you do, you'll always be a champion of the Drillidon.
Are you concerned about Valenwood?
I have to admit, I do have some doubts now. But we'll petition the Wilder King for an audience. When he hears of our plight, I know he'll confirm that we can settle here. He'll make sure the wood is protected, too.
So see, they're gonna do something about it. Unlike if you side with the Watchmen and all of them die, and then, you know, there's no future for them, so. Also, this becomes a nice little settlement now. It's like, it's an actual functioning settlement. There's a few shops, there's guards, like, if you just kill them, the Watchmen are left, but that's it. You can't, this doesn't become a settlement, so. Okay, now next up is the Shrouded Veil, and then we'll continue with the main quest.
Am I hallucinating? Ifre's bones, am I glad to see another traveler on this road. Personally, I can't wait to get out of here. Something really strange is going on here.
What's the matter?
You're going to think I'm crazy, but there's a cave not far from here. My apprentice and I camped there to get out of the weather, and when we woke up, a whole village had appeared out of nowhere, full of elves and homes and everything.
The entire village? Can I see it?
Do what you want. One of them asked what year it is. I didn't wait to find out if it was a Daedric trick or if I was just crazy. None of them followed me outside, thankfully.
I'll look into it.
You're looking for a high elf woman? Yes, I saw one pass this way. Right into that strange cave. The one with the village that just appeared out of nowhere.
You certain the village wasn't there before?
Of course. And it's not one of the Fallen Esthi sites, so it's not the Walking City if that's what you're thinking. Their voices sounded Bosmer, but it could be a trick to draw us in. Good luck in there.
Yeah, the Walking City isn't going to be showing up anytime soon anyways. It's missing for most of the second era. I think it shows back up near the beginning of the third era, I want to say. Wood elves build towns by persuading the trees to grow into homes, but that is a long and slow process. As much as they like the woods, they're perfectly happy to exploit natural caverns. Didn't get to finish reading that.
And outside...
Wait. Ah. You're not one of those wood orcs, thank you, Frey. Welcome to our humble home.
So there's something in this cave after all.
You met someone outside, did you? Some people get so frightened they won't talk to us. Yes, there is a village in this cavern. If you would like to hear our story, I'd be happy to share it with you. Promise you won't run away.
I won't run.
Our village has a pact with the Wilder King himself. The village goes away, then returns every 100 years or so. Most of the time, our arrival causes no problem. This time, however, it's different.
What changed?
Wood orcs set up camp outside this cave's southern entrance. They've never been here before, and so we've kept quiet, hoping they'd go away. It's been a week, and they are firmly established. My husband Aeronor isn't as worried as I am, though.
Tell me more about your pact with the Wilder King.
My husband Aeronor can tell you more. Essentially, we travel to and from this place, thanks to the Wilder King. A caretaker protects things in the village's absence. In fact, we'll choose a new caretaker very shortly.
Where's Eunor?
Nearly everyone from the village attends the ritual to choose the next caretaker. No one knows who it'll be until the prior caretaker picks a name. It's held at the Fading Tree, through the central hall of this cave. You should see it. It's very exciting.
The Fading Tree?
It's a part of the oath. Ask my husband. He knows much more about it than I do. I prefer to scout and hunt, not tend plants. He'll be at the choosing ceremony. If you hurry, you can talk with him before it starts.
I'll attend the ceremony then.
Ah, another visitor. You've arrived at an auspicious time for our village. I am Aeronor of Shrouded Hollow.
Your wife said you could tell me more about your village.
You've met Lon Ariel. She speaks too freely sometimes, but I will tell you what I can. Our village, as you may be aware, is not here normally. A long time ago, our tree thanes and ancestors swore a sacred oath, to which we are still bound.
What was this oath?
It's not my place to reveal the nature of the oath. For that, you must speak to our current caretaker, Henadras. If you wait, you might also speak to the new caretaker, when one is chosen.
The new caretaker hasn't been selected yet?
Indeed. It's an honor to be selected. Once the preparations are complete, the old caretaker passes his duties to the new one.
Who are you? How do you know about the Fading Tree?
Eleanor said you could tell me more about your village.
I'm not without sight. I saw you talk to him. He's right in front of me. How do you know about us?
Do you want me to leave?
Well, no point to that now, is there? You've entered our innermost sanctum and without challenge. It's clear to me the Wilder King blesses your presence. That means I am bound by our oath to speak with you, no matter how it galls me.
What is your oath?
We swore to protect the Fading Tree for the Wilder King, and to abide by his rules. In return, he protects our village. Every 100 years or so, the village returns to choose a new caretaker, to guard the Fading Tree on his behalf.
There's a Wilder Queen now.
Well, there have been other Wilder Queens in the past as well. Our oath remains unchanged, even if the individual is new to the title. That's the beauty of the arrangement. We protect the tree, and he or she protects us.
So apparently the Wilder King that we met was not the first one, even though he had been there for a long time. I wonder how long this pack's been going on exactly. How long has this been going on? I just noticed that's what the
first Wilder King created the Fading Tree. All of Valenwood, from Bramblebreach to Greenheart, bends to his will. So long as we guard the tree, he remains our patron. Some consider him a god, like one of the divines.
Where does the Wilder King send the village?
The village goes where the Wilder King sends it, and allows it to return when the caretaker needs to be replaced. I'm a very old man now. The village returned as it always does.
When will the ceremony start?
It shall begin shortly, if I get a moment to prepare for it.
I won't disturb you further.
We come together once more to choose the next caretaker. The Wilder King entrusted the Fading Tree to us, and this is part of our oath. My time as caretaker nears its end, and the Fading Tree will choose my successor.
So, I wonder what happens if the...
What's happening?
The Fading Tree chooses Aeronor. Aeronor, you will be our next caretaker.
Me? The tree picked me. I'm honored. I'll do my best.
Come, Aeronor. We have much to discuss.
I wonder what happens if the,
Orcs! Orcs are attacking the village! Aeronor,
oh, that's not good.
Candidair, Oriadis, we're under attack.
We're under attack. The orcs have attacked.
Is everyone else alright?
We were caught by surprise, but those still inside are fighting back.
I'll help drive them off.
You need to distract them. Kill their leader and burn their tents. We'll rescue the villagers.
Where are the wood orcs camped?
The orcs are camped off the cave's southern entrance. The Wilder King must have sent you to save us. He always protects us. Always.
There's something else bothering you, isn't there?
There isn't time to indulge in idle fantasies and what-ifs. Please, help the villagers below. I need a moment to gather what wits I have left.
Yeah, as I was saying, I wonder what happens if the caretaker is killed in his duties to protect the fading tree. Does the village immediately return so a new caretaker can be chosen, or is the tree without a caretaker for an extended time until the village comes back? Oh, that's kind of an interesting idea. Why are the wood orcs so bad? Like, every time we see wood orcs, they're being terrible people.
Say to some celebratory sweets.
You know, one thing I haven't done I haven't come back into here after I finish the quest, so I actually don't know if you can come back in here after you finish the quest or not. I'll have to try that, depending on how we end this quest. Now we need to burn the tents. They have no tents, they have no reason to stay. All right. Fairly certain they got the message.
There you are. Praise the Wilder King, you're alive! I knew he would save us.
I've dealt with the orcs. How did things go in the village?
We would have suffered much more if you hadn't been here to help. They killed quite a few of us, but we gave almost as good as we got. Have you seen Erenor? He didn't return from the Fading Tree when the others did.
He probably stayed at the Fading Tree because he's the new caretaker.
What? No. No, not now. Not when I need him more than ever.
Will you tell me what's bothering you?
When we go, we leave a caretaker behind to watch over the Fading Tree. The caretaker and the tree are our link between this place and where the Wilder King sends us. I didn't expect Erenor to be chosen, and he can't stay. He can't.
What do you mean?
It's just... What I mean is, I can't bear to lose him. We won't be able to bear it. He's so excited, and it's such a great honor. But he doesn't know what it will cost our family.
You have to tell me exactly... you have to tell me what exactly bothers you about this.
I'm pregnant. I only found out recently. Erenor doesn't know. I'm not sure I want him to, but if he knew, he could leave with us. Please, please, convince him to return to the Wilder King's realm with us.
What about the village's oath to the Wilder King?
I'm sure the Wilder King will understand. A family must remain together to raise a child. If Erenor stays behind, our child will be grown before he sees her. We'll be too old when the village returns next time to have another. It's our last chance.
I'll talk to him about it.
You don't know what this means to me. I'm afraid if I tell him, he might think I've made up a story to keep him with me. No, that's not it. I'm afraid he'll choose his duty over his wife.
Go talk to him.
Come forward, Erenor, caretaker-to-be.
I, Erenor, in accordance with the Oath of Protection, stand ready.
On behalf of the Wilder King, will you care for the Fading Tree?
I am honored to serve the Wilder King and our people.
The Fading Tree is yours to protect. May the years pass quickly.
This is incredible. I feel the life of the Fading Tree flow within me. Have you seen my wife? Where's Loniriel? Why hasn't she come to congratulate me?
Loniriel asked me to talk to you.
Has she? I love Loniriel. But we swore an oath to leave a caretaker to protect the Fading Tree. That is the price the whole village must pay so that we can live in the paradise the Wilder King creates for us.
Couldn't they choose another caretaker if you decline?
Do you think I haven't thought of this? But I would be failing my oath to the Wilder King and the entire village if I didn't stay behind.
Larendail's pregnant. She asked me to tell you.
What? I didn't know. Why didn't she tell me? What kind of caretaker would I be if I didn't care for my own child? And yet, I have a responsibility to the entire village now. This problem comes at a terrible time. I must decide quickly.
The warlocks withdrew. The village is safe now.
Not that. It's the tree. Now that I can feel its essence, I realize it's weaker than it used to be and needs special care. The village must return to the other realm immediately so the caretaker... so I can tend it without distraction.
Larendail doesn't want that, does she? Or didn't know that, did she?
Only the old caretaker knew. The village is set to leave soon. If anything happens to the tree, its link between Tamriel and our village is severed. They can never return unless I stay behind.
Okay, so we have to make a choice. We can say you should protect the tree and protect the village, or you should go with your wife and his unborn child. Yep. There's a lot of ones like this in the All-Mary Dominion storyline. Yep. On the other hand, pregnant wife. Okay, you should protect the tree.
I've accepted the oath. It's my duty to be caretaker now. I must stay. But a child... Our village has had so few over the years. Surely it's a sign of something wonderful. Will I regret staying behind in case something happens to the tree?
It's not an easy decision.
No, it's not. No matter which I choose, I'll always wonder what would have happened had I taken the other path. I know which way is easy and which is hard. What will you choose? I will do as you would since the Wilder King sent you to us.
You're right. You'll be filling the whole village if you abandon your post.
Indeed. The village can help raise my child, but I'm the Fading Tree's only caretaker now. I'll stay behind to tend the tree, in accordance to my oath. The village must leave before it's too late. Go. Tell Laniriel that... Just go.
I'll tell her. That's actually extremely unusual. Wood elves usually have a very high birth rate, so the fact that their village is having such fertility problems is actually a very bad sign.
Aeronor? Where is he? He's not coming, is he?
He would not violate his oath.
Damn his stubbornness. And yet I love him for his sense of honor. I must go. The others are waiting. Aeronor will remain, the caretaker of our only link with Tamriel. I'll make sure our child knows him and what he gave up to protect our way of life.
Sadly, we don't know what happens based on this decision. There's never been a game set in Valenwood exclusively. I mean, you know, we have Arena where you can visit some places of, you can visit some of the places. Now, if I go back, is the village gone? That I actually don't know. That's a fair point. I don't think the writers thought of that. It would have made a fair decision, and that the two, because I'm sure it has to happen where, you know, the caretaker is staying here watching the tree, and he meets somebody and they get married, and you know they live here together, you know, with having a family while tending to the tree. I'm sure that has to happen, but I don't know why in this particular situation that couldn't happen. So. I don't think they thought of that when they were, unfortunately, because there's so much content in, the base game that I'm sure some things fell through the cracks when they were thinking about things. It's one reason why the DLCs are much more well known than the base game is, because the base game does have a lot of problems like that, so. I don't think I can get back to the Fading Tree anymore. Because this isn't the Fading Tree, this is where I came in at. Huh, okay. Well. Oh no, this is the orc village, but that's fine. Honestly, if there was a reason attached to it, it would probably be because of the low birth rates of the village. The village probably doesn't get a lot of chance to have children, and the entire village would want to get involved with raising that child, and you would deny the entire village the joys of having a newborn in their midst. I guess maybe that's why, but it's very unusual for Wood Elves to have issues with fertility problems. That's more of a High Elf issue. High Elves have a lot of fertility problems. And that was part of the reason why the Durrani started having children with the Bretons, or with the Needs in creating the Bretons, was because they were having fertility problems among their own kind. But they found that the Needs were very fertile, and they seemed very receptive to Elven seed. So they started reproducing to create workers, which were the Bretons. So that's why they rewarded the need to allow themselves to be bedded by making them nobles and giving them prestige and stuff, was because they were basically, glorified baby factories. It's hard to build an empire without bodies to do it with, so. Queen Irene.
I hear you've been busy, my friend. Good. Very good. Is that letter for me?
Details from Major Cyrilwyn and Farrell to bring you up to speed.
I see. So the rumors were true. Paladil. It is good that you brought him to his end. But I hope you aren't too weary, may I? Paladil may be gone, but his actions are being felt across Valenwood. We have much left to do.
Of course.
On cold nights, I used to curl up by the fire in the Castle Navir main hall.
The undead are
I'd sit there with a book and
Pass.
fall asleep over the pages.
A lich lord commands them, and he wears the royal
Simpler
crest.
times, eh?
Naaman, then I must beg your indulgence. I cannot speak just now. Please, speak to him at once.
Of course, my queen.
So it is true, then? Prince Naaman has been raised from the dead and now seeks vengeance by corrupting Valenwood? Gods help us. That makes this even more difficult. And with the undead already outside the city gates, we must act now.
Prince Naaman is leading them?
No, the Lich Lord. Naaman was commanding the dead earlier, but he's since departed the area. Before anyone can go after him, though, we must first drive the undead back from the city gates.
What can I do to help?
You should make haste to Drilladon Pass. I'm certain they will be grateful for your assistance. Look for Scout Katani just outside the city gates. She's helping to coordinate our defenses. I'll remain here in case the Queen needs anything.
I'll look for Cantonine then. Namor's return. I'm sorry, Namon's return. Namor is the person. Have you seen the trailer for Wakanda Forever, Joe? What'd you think of the
but never
teasers?
have I seen such a dreadful turn of events. Prince Naaman? An army of undead? It's fortunate Camoran sent the Vine Dusk Rangers, because there are simply too few Dominion troops to defend the city.
I've come to help. What can I do?
Talk to the Vine Dusk. Bodring is in command here. He'll know best what needs to be done. May the gods be with you, friend. May the gods be with us all.
Help shore up these walls. It's ugly and getting uglier out here.
As our living soldiers fall, the ranks of the dead swell. At this rate, we'll all be fighting for the other side by tomorrow's dawn. And that's not even the worst part.
What's the worst part?
It's Prince Naaman. Poor old boy's been raised from the dead himself, but he's not himself. No trace of the hero Irene says he was in life. He's pure evil now, and from what we can tell, he's the one leading the undead army.
Well, he actually was evil, but Irene covered that up because she didn't want her brother being remembered as a villain. Why is he attacking here?
I haven't a clue, and I don't have time to worry about it. We need to focus on the living, not the dead. Main Akuzri and several soldiers are stranded in the old merchant tunnel up the northern path. Think you could get to them?
I think so. I can certainly try.
If you see any soldiers in need, help them out. Anyone who falls, the Heritons will just raise them to fight against us. But the most important thing is getting to the main, though. He dies here. That's one more blow to the Dominion.
Where's Prince Naaman now?
I don't know. I haven't seen him myself, but I can't tell you how many soldiers have fled from the forest, terrified and bewildered, mumbling to themselves about Naaman. To hear them tell it, the prince, or whatever he's become, is everywhere.
Who is raising your fallen soldiers as undead?
Not long ago I heard Naaman was leading them. Then he died, and I heard that wasn't true, that he was a hero. Now, I don't know what in oblivion to believe.
How did the Main wind up getting stranded?
After the death of Sylvanar, the Main came to offer his condolences, and his assistance to Valenwood. Then this mess started. He led a scouting patrol into the old merchant tunnels, but they got cut off. It's possible they've all been killed.
Let's hope the Main's not dead. It's not easy to replace a Main. Actually, that's not true. Well, right now it's not true. There was a bunch of Khajiit born underneath the false eclipse created by the new moon. Yeah, we're currently unsure how that's going to impact Khajiit politics, but in order to be a Main, you have to be born during a lunar eclipse. That's it. You cannot be a Main if you're not born under a lunar eclipse. Anyone born under the lunar eclipse who's a candidate to become the Main is known as a lunar champion. When there is no Main, the lunar champions must go through a process to determine their worth, whether they can be the Main or not. You'll see that entire process later on in this actual storyline, believe it or not.
That was it, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Focus your mind. Stay with me.
The Main.
The incessant clamor of the undead at the gate finally stops, and you come through the gate. It is a relief to finally see someone new from among the living. Is Akuzri correct in thinking you have come to our aid?
Yes, I'm here to help you get to safety.
Good, very good. The tunnel is cleared then, yes? Akuzri is eternally grateful. He can make it back to Marbrook and send reinforcements to hold the tunnel. The far greater concern is discovering what has prompted the undead to attack.
I was told Prince Naaman is leading the undead.
Yes. This one saw the prince with his and possessed by some darkness. Even so, Akuzri does not understand. The prince ordered his forces to attack, and then he disappeared.
Where did he go?
No one knows. But if destroying Marbrook were his goal, You would expect a cupboard. You are clearly capable. I think you should undertake this task.
Alright, where do I start?
You must consult with Indenir. He has already been considering this question. Akuzri must warn you. Indenir is very strange, even for a Bosmer. But this one has never met an elf with such understanding of nature. Come, let me introduce you.
Alright, that makes sense.
Indenir, the tunnel is finally clear. Akuzri will return to Malbrook and send soldiers to reinforce this location.
Yes, that makes sense. Perhaps it's better if I go out into the pass and try to discover why Naaman ordered the undead to attack in the first place.
Yes, both of you go. Find out what Naaman is planning and report to Malbrook. Don't try to do all this on your own. And of course, may bright moons light your path.
I appreciate the main sentiment and the support of the Dominion, but ultimately, it falls on us to protect Valenwood. Since the Sylvanar's death, I get the sense that Queen Irene feels she owes us something. But we Bosmer are not helpless.
I'm sure it's not meant as an insult.
Of course not. And I'm grateful for your assistance. It's true that I can't do this alone. I just think marching the entire army into the forest would be a mistake. Come though, we mustn't tarry. We must discover the Shade's true motivation.
By the Shade, you mean Prince Naaman?
I don't think it's that simple. The Shade has assumed Naaman's form. It retains some of Naaman's memories, but it's a different entity now, with different motivations. The Shade is undead, so we must consult the dead to discern its intentions.
How do we do that?
Drilladan Pass is old. Many Bosmer died here, and some cannot be raised by any magic. They are the accursed souls who violated the Green Pact. Come with me and we will try to commune with them. Perhaps they will know what the Shade truly plans.
How did they violate the Green Pact?
Oh, there are many ways. Perhaps they cut down a tree, or ate berries from the local plants. Sometimes their intentions were good, but Valenwood is unforgiving. If they violate the pact, they cannot pass from this plane.
And they can't be raised as undead?
No, they are tethered to their remains, and they cannot pass into death, nor can they return to life. Thus they remain witness to all that transpires among living and dead alike, but unable to participate. Come, let us see what they know of Naaman.
Alright, let's go then.
I've been underground too long. I can't wait to get back out into the forest. I think we're in luck. Though most of the local wildlife has fled from the undead, the torchbugs have remained. Many people do not know this, but torchbugs are among the most perceptive creatures in the forest. They're amazing.
And how will that help us?
I can ask one of them to lead you to the remains of the cursed dead. If you can find the skulls or some such, bring them to the stone table. I will go ahead and prepare so we can commune with them. Just trust me on this. It'll work. You'll see.
If you say so.
Let's see if I can speak to this one. Come here, little one. Yes, that would be so helpful. Thank you. Off it goes. Follow it to find the skulls and then meet me at the stone table.
Here we go, the first skull, Skull of Thrall. Skull of Ulion. And last one, Skull of Itril. Or Skull of Itril. Ow. Got it.
Move now!
Go ahead, put them on the table. I expect they'll recognize it. You who were condemned, hear me. Your only hope of being released is to tell us why the dead have been risen.
Ha! We need no release. The shade of Naaman heralds a new age. An age where we will be restored. And you are the ones who will be judged.
Hold on, how do you know that? Did the Shade actually tell you that?
He doesn't have to. When the forest is transformed, who do you think will inhabit the Shadowwood? We will.
Naaman does not have the power to release any of you, but I do. Help us and you'll have your chance at freedom.
I'll tell you, don't listen to that fool. The Shade seeks to corrupt the forest, to create a new realm. It's called the Shadowwood.
I suspected something like this. It explains what we've seen. The Shade of Naaman does not seek destruction, it seeks transformation. We need to close these shadow rifts quickly. First though, I promise their souls release.
You can actually release their souls?
Not easily, but I promise them. Since I will fulfill the sentence, I think you should decide whether any of them should be released.
I will talk to them. Alright, so actually the chat gets to decide if anyone gets released. Let's talk to Ethereal first.
We told you what you wished to know. Little good that it will do you. But we were promised release. Please, you must release me.
Why were you trapped here?
I shifted, which is strictly forbidden by the Green Pact. I was cocky, did it to prove that I could, that's all. It was a mistake. I understand that now. Please, I've suffered enough.
Alright, so we have a choice. We can free her from her punishment, or we can make her continue to endure. She didn't help us, but nor does she not help us. She's the one who asked the question if the Shade actually talked to Thorid. Thorid was the one that actually helped us. Was Oleon? Yeah, Oleon actually helped us. She asked a question, but she didn't actually directly try to throw us off either. So I think we should judge her based on her crime and not on her helpfulness. Not up to us. So, no, you must endure your punishment. Okay,
It's odd to watch the slaughter of your people through the empty sockets of your own skull.
Why was your soul condemned?
My family was slaughtered by the Wood Orcs, and I burned down their village, every last structure, every last tree for revenge. I shouldn't have harmed the forest. I should have rallied my people in a morning war and feasted on my enemies.
Alright, this is the one that helped us. Even though he hurt the forest, he burned part of he burned some trees down. Should we free him from his punishment or make him continue to suffer? Does his helping us outweigh his crime is the question. Yep. And this one. This is the one that didn't help us.
Fool, do you not see what's upon you? Look around. The shadow will consume all Tamriel and usher in a new age. An age where the dead will be redeemed and the living will suffer.
Why was your soul trapped here?
The other races laugh at us. Why do we depend on them for wood we could easily take for ourselves? The Green Pact is for the weak. We are not the servants of the forest. The Green should serve us.
I'll be honest with you, when I do this, this is the only guy I leave in his punishment. I usually free the other two and leave this one to suffer, but I'll give you the same choice. Shall we free him, or should we let him suffer? Nope. Then you are rightly condemned and will remain here.
It pains me to see the forest suffer like this. I can sense the green itself calling out for vengeance. Glad that's done. The pleading of the condemned is almost too much to bear. One way or another, they are returned to the forest.
I did what I felt was right and just.
I won't question your judgment. Their fates are decided, but the fate of Valenwood is what concerns me. These shadow rifts the skulls mentioned, we must close them quickly. That's where the Shade's realm is bleeding into ours.
How do we close the shadow rifts?
I haven't quite figured that out. I can feel them, though. They feel like wounds in the forest. I have some small ability to mend the green, but it requires all of me. I'm going to need your protection.
Let's see what we can do.
We will cleanse the forest or die trying.
I would prefer to not die, if it's all the same to you. Jump.
However many rifts they open, I will close them all, every one.
Leave the shadow rifts alone or you will suffer for it.
That's one.
I will purge this corruption from Valenwood, whatever it takes.
Stendarr, protect us from harm.
Desist, living one. You meddle with forces you cannot understand.
I just love how the Heritage is like, we're going to bring Naaman back from the dead, and he's going to lead an army into Alinor, and everything's going to be fine. Nothing will possibly go wrong. I'm like, guys, necromancy never works out the way that you expect it to. Something always goes wrong.
You go too far. Now you will experience the Shadowwood yourself.
Oh joy, I'm in the Shadowwood.
What foul magic is this? Is this the Shadowwood? It is. This is what the Shade seeks, to transform Valenwood into this, a realm of darkness and evil. It's inconceivable.
What should we do?
I do not know. I never imagined this realm would be so elaborate. How could he create this? Where does he get such power? We have to stop this, whatever it takes. Perhaps we can find the source of it. Yes, we must.
Where do you think the source will be?
Perhaps there is a gateway back to our realm, back to Valenwood. Some place where life and death intersect. That's it! The stone table! I must go. I'll meet you there.
Alright, I'll come right away. I gotta find a way back up. So.
On the move.
Whoops, definitely shouldn't have gone that way. That caused me to leave the Shadowwood. There must be a way out over here, or otherwise... Oh, right there. Okay. They would have extended it further if that wasn't the way out.
Some assistance.
I hope you like it here. You're about to become a permanent resident.
You're like the hero of a fantastic tale, and I get to ride with you.
It seems our circumstances are even worse than I imagined. The corruption of the Shadowwood expands across the forest. I fear it's too late to contain it. We must find the Shade of Naaman himself, here on this plane, if we are to stop him.
Where do you think he might be?
I know not, but I certainly aim to find out. First, though, you must report what we've learned to Marbrook. We need to at least keep them informed. Don't worry, when the time is right, the forest will help me find you again. Until then, be safe.
Alright, I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Don't take long. We must press on with our efforts.
I'm gonna go pick up the Way Shrine and the Sky Shard. And then we'll pop back over to Marbrook and turn in the quest. Also, I probably should grab that delve while I'm passing, so I know where it is for later.
Now
I mean, we can
this
pop
is
in
why
there
I
real
joined
quick.
you. This place is great.
Let's pop in there real quick. Grab the Sky Shard and get out. We still got an hour left of the stream. We're making excellent progress today. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that when I unlock Barrett as a usable Pokemon, because that's what I'm going to be naming my Miraidon, and it's going to be Barrett. He's going to be a naughty nature first try. That would just be absolutely glorious. The nature might be terrible for the Pokemon, but I don't care because it'll be Barrett and it'll be naughty. Impish seems appropriate. Impish or naughty, either one would be fine. Now, if he is modest, Merrick will be proud of him. And honestly, modest might be good for Miraidon, because Miraidon doesn't really look like a physical Pokemon. You can generally tell by looking at a Pokemon whether it's physical or special. And Miraidon doesn't really come off as the physical type to me. Koraidon totally does. Koraidon 100% comes off as a physical Pokemon. In fact, when I play Scarlet, I think I'm going to name my...
Stay away! It's not safe here.
I think I'm going to name my Koraidon Kim, as in Kim from Miraculous, because he definitely reminds me of some... There'd definitely be some Kim level nonsense where he's like running on his hind legs, or running on his legs instead of using his wheels. It definitely seems like a Kim thing to do. Now it's time for our once per episode cutaway to Hawkmoth. What you got for us, Hawky? Ah, yup.
I can't believe my eyes. The undead are actually receding. For a while there, I thought you were making a last stand here. I'm betting it wasn't our brilliant tactics that drove them away, though. Conquering Marbrook wasn't their top priority, was it?
No, Naaman seeks to corrupt all of Valenwood.
Then it's as the main suggested. Magical forces are at work here that we can't fight with sheer numbers. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm just glad we have you and Indenir on our side to sort this out. Yes, I think maybe Ifri smiles on us after all.
Very possible.
I wish this victory didn't feel so hollow. Other than keeping the undead at bay, it seems there's little we can do to battle this darkness. We are here to support you and Indenir, though, if you need us. Are you going to rejoin him now?
I don't know where he is. He said he'd find me.
That's Indenir for you. Always trying to shoulder all the burden himself. We can't let him get away with that, though. There's whispers that Naaman's actually been raised as a lich, and if that's the case, Indenir's definitely going to need you.
Where did you hear about this? Where did you hear about... Where did you hear this about Naaman becoming a lich?
One of the spinners said Naaman was a lich and was at Hectorheim. You and Indenir should go there too when time allows. For now, though, Indenir's bound to be in Varant Morass or Dreadful Lane. You should catch up with him. He needs you.
Alright, I'll go look for Indenir.
Indenir's a real piece of work, isn't he? I always thought he was half mad. They say he has the green in his blood, but most things that man does, I just don't understand. Recently, though, I've realized just how fortunate we are to have him.
Where did Indenir come from?
Mad as he is, I thought he came from the Bramblebreach clan, but some said it was Woodhearth. Truth is, no one knows. Even heard he was raised by an old grot oak, cradled in its roots, weaned on the dew from its leaves. He's a mystery, all right.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to head to 2 locations. So we're going to be heading to Vernet Morass and Dread Valian, which I believe is down over here, if I'm not mistaken. No, okay, Vernet Morass, Dread Valian. This is a different location that we haven't done yet. Which location is that? Oh, that's the Falsetti Spring site. I forgot to do Falsetti Spring site. Okay, we'll have to do that at some point too. We've got 59 minutes. Let's get kicking. Probably actually doing this Falsetti Spring site would be the best bet. Get that done. and then we can work on the main quest, and then see how far we can get into it today. So I definitely think next stream will be done with Green Shade. Which is very interesting to think of. Green Shade is not a small zone. It's like, and we've done very well clearing our way through it. Is this it? Is this the person to talk to?
How was Tread lightly now.
Nope, just another one of those hunting quests. I really don't like those quests. They're just annoying time sinks. See, they unfortunately did that a lot in the base game of ESO. They would have these annoying time sink quests, which are not actually needed to progress any kind of like plot or story. And like some of them are okay, and you can get them done fairly quickly, and some of them just take forever, and it's like just annoying.
So much blood, the cries, I can still hear them. Oh, divine, so much pain.
What's going on?
There were 6 of us, the Falinesti faithful. Wood Orcs settled on our holy site. We only wanted to talk, to convince them to settle elsewhere. We didn't want any trouble.
I take it you found trouble anyway?
They captured Halalin, Fanrel, Nielis, and the others. Took them away to torture and who knows what else. Oh, divines, what if they're dead? I should have fought. I should have cut their throats. I ran. Why did I run?
Stay here. I'll get your friends out of the wood or it can't.
I wish I hadn't run. I'm not a fighter, not like Halalin and Nielis.
Tell me more about the Falsetti faithful.
We tend the ancient sites occupied by the Falinesti. We protect the sites in the Great Tree's absence, and ensure the sites are ready for its return.
The Great Tree?
Falinesti, the walking city. It is a great elder tree on a scale you cannot imagine. It moves from site to site, taking the faithful with it.
Where is it now?
No one knows. Falinesti has vanished. Some speculate the faithful failed in our duties, and the tree abandoned us. But not I. Not I. The tree is coming back. One day it must come back.
I really hope we get an Elder Scrolls game based in Valenwood at some point where we get to visit the walking city. And it actually like moves based on like the in-game season. Like, you know, it's in the wintertime it's in its winter site, in the spring it's at its spring site, if it's at the fall it's at its fall site, and if it's summer it's at its summer site, and between the, you know, the seasons it's on the move to its next location.
You don't understand. In the past the Wood Orcs respected the ancient sites. They never would have dared to profane one by settling there. Until now. We wanted to remind them that these orcs don't care one bit about the ancient ways.
Haven't your sites been attacked before?
A long time ago, but the attackers did not live to tell of it. Used to be that all the Bosmer, not just the faithful, would join to defend the holy sites. The undead changed that. The undead are everywhere. There is no one left to expel the orcs.
You know, that's one thing I really missed in Skyrim was an actual season system. Like, because, you know, time passes in Skyrim and the months pass, but the, you know, the climate stays exactly the same no matter where you are. And I feel like, and the reasoning for that is that, you know, you're supposed to play the game within a very set time limit, and you know, because you could beat the game fairly quickly and within just like a few in-game weeks. So that's why the seasons don't really change, because, you know, their mindset is that you would be done by that point.
You?
Ignore sent me. I'm here to free you.
I'd not thought anyone was left to help. Thank you.
Do you know where to find the others?
The Norris and Pariel are gone. The Wood Orcs took them away. I heard them screaming. I do not expect to see them again. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Hold still and I'll get you out of these ropes.
Please. Don't let them hurt me. Not again. Not like...
I'm only just now discovered the False City Spring site. Sorry, I thought you were Isabel for a second.
You there! You're not one of these savages! Free me, quickly!
Agenor sent me. I'm here. I'll get you out.
Out? No. Not after what they did. These Woodorks violated this holy site. They spit on the old ways. They captured the faithful. My brothers, my sisters. And they tortured us. The Woodorks will pay in kind.
How do you plan to do that?
With death. Death from the trees, death from the grass, death from the mist and water and rocks. These Woodorks may not fear death. They will fear me.
Let's get you out of these ropes first.
Meet me below the Woodork fort. The orcs must pay.
Unfortunately, he died. Bosmer tortured to death. There's nothing left to be done.
Shining steel.
Psst. You. I will pay whatever you require. Just help me. I will give anything to get her back.
Get who back?
Pariel. My bold, brave, beloved Pariel. My wife. The Wood Orcs captured us. They did unspeakable things. They were going to kill me. She couldn't watch me die. She killed them all, but now she's missing.
How did she manage to escape? How did you get free?
Pariel broke our pact with Ifre. She called upon Hircine, Master of the Hunt. He changed her. Now, by Ifre's command, I must end her before she hurts others. She fled into these caves. She knows my scent. I can't get close.
Very well, I'll look for her.
She is not in her right mind, filled with rage at our treatment. Please, if she comes at you, subdue her. Don't kill her.
You're going to kill your own wife?
I have no choice. What Pariel did goes against the Green Pact. She made herself into a monster, and she can never change back. I cannot let her wander unchecked or slaughter others. I owe her that.
How did you track your wife? Or how do I track your wife?
As any hunter would. Look for signs in the cave. A broken stalk here, trampled ground there. Anything to show recent passage.
You said Hircine changed Pariel?
Yes. The story is, the Bosmer received their form from Ifre. It symbolizes a break from our wild nature. Pariel called upon the Master of the Hunt. She gave into her wild nature and slaughtered the orcs. She did it to save me.
What exactly is Pariel now?
I don't know. The change was not instantaneous. It was wild, fast, brutal. The Wood Orcs were unrecognizable when she was done. But she's my wife. I can't let her suffer.
Something massive recently moved past this plant, breaking several stalks and went deeper into the cave. It's obvious that he didn't turn her into a werewolf, because if he had, she would just change back from a werewolf and it would be fine. For, you know, a certain degree of fine, but something left massive paw prints in the mud. It appears to have walked on 4 legs, not 2. This Woodrock's neck was snapped with incredible force. A blood trail leads off the edge of the cliff, and huge claw marks are gorged in the rock. It appears something tumbled off. Dried blood is crusted upon these leaves and the rock. Bloody paw prints lead to the east. Apparently she was turned into a bear.
Stop! Don't hurt her! Pariel, it's me! Oh, my beloved. What has happened to you? She is wounded. Did you hurt her?
She attacked me. I subdued her just as you asked.
Subdued? Yes, I see. I'm sorry. Now, please, leave us. I left my pack at the mouth of the cave. Inside is all the gold I have. All yours.
Why are you in such a hurry to get rid of me?
I'm sorry. I was desperate for help. Desperate enough to color the truth. Pariel did this. Sacrificed herself to save me. How can Ifrit ask me to kill her? I love her. I can't slaughter her like a common wolf.
Then why have me track her down?
This is the only way we can be together. I will pray to Hircine and hunt beside my wife for the rest of our days. Now please, leave us. This is between Hircine and myself.
Okay, so we have a choice here. We can say, very well, I'll leave you to your ritual, or don't do this. If you turn yourself into a feral beast, your wife sacrificed herself for nothing. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you turn yourself into a feral beast, your wife sacrificed herself for nothing.
Don't use my wife's sacrifice to lecture me. Someday you will love someone half as much as I love Pariel. Then you'll understand why I can't kill her.
You can't violate the Green Pact. This is wrong.
Damn it all! Why me? Why is this burden on me? Pariel, oh Pariel, I'm so sorry, but they're right. I'm so sorry.
Do what must be done.
Peace, my love. It will all be over soon.
Why did Isabel die?
Forgive me.
Search the backpack. You rummage through the backpack and find the payment that has been pledged. Alright, we gotta find Fanreel, or Fanreel.
You found me. Good.
What's your plan?
Killing the rank and file solves nothing. These wood orcs celebrate violence. The chieftain is careless with the lives of his warriors. Now, we must strike close to the chieftain's hearth and home.
How?
The war chief must not die until he has felt my pain, the pain of my faithful. He will see his family murdered one by one. He will rage and cry. Only then will we grant him death.
He wants to murder his entire family?
One life for each of my faithful. Dashkor, his torturer. Rug, his son. Thushlag, his huntwife. Grashla, his hearthwife. When all these are dead, I will permit Chief Gorzesh to die.
What will that solve?
Solve? You act like this is some kind of riddle to be puzzled out. The only way to stop this from happening again is to send a loud, unambiguous message, the kind even these orc scum can't fail to understand. Help me, or get out of my way.
I'm gonna say that you want me to tell her she's on her own.
Then go. Find Agenor and claim your reward. Be sure to tell him about Halalin's mutilated corpse, and that you refuse to help me avenge him. I will finish this myself.
I got in trouble.
Now, I feel like the torturer did deserve to die.
Nielis is back. Thank you. What of the others?
No one else is coming back. Finriel wants her vengeance.
Damn it, Fanrel. She should have gotten our help. The faithful should be avenged, but she will never succeed on her own. But I can't blame you for wanting to keep your hands clean.
No, the son and wife didn't deserve it.
Thank you.
Unless the son was involved with torturing. Like, I mean, if the son was actually physically involved with the torturing, then 100% he should die too.
Ready to ride.
Because the son's not actually like a child. Like, he's actually a full-grown adult. I know for a fact he's a full-grown adult. He's not a child. So, it's not like we're killing a child. But from what I've seen, they were all pretty bad. Because I actually have helped with that vengeance before. So, not on my major character, but on my vampire character, who's a little more morally ambiguous. She definitely helped kill them. Oh, there he is.
I'm glad you're here. I've been trying to help these poor people, but it's futile. There's a blight here that's turned them into rabid beasts. These Bosmer may be beyond aid, but we must find a way to stop the blight from spreading.
Do you know what's causing the blight?
Undoubtedly, it's the corruption of Prince Naaman's shade, spreading through the forest and somehow affecting the people here. The blight emanates from the trees, which may offer us an opportunity to at least contain it using the Standing Stones.
What are the Standing Stones?
Long ago, before the Green Pact, the Standing Stones were used to protect the people from the aggression of the forest. If we can activate the stones, it could prevent the trees from spreading the blight to anyone else.
Alright, let's activate the stones then.
We must work quickly, my friend. Clearly, the blight doesn't affect all Bosmer, but if anyone wanders into this area, I suspect there is a strong chance they will become afflicted. If we forbid a scouting party of Vine Dusk Rangers comes here...
Why aren't we affected by the blight?
I can't be sure, but I suspect it's our people's connection to the green that allows us to be infected. Other races will be immune. It also seems that some Bosmer can resist the blight. For that, I have no explanation whatsoever.
To be fair, I'm tied to the history, so if it's not a history problem, I probably won't be affected by it. Oh hey, there's a chest. Honestly, I don't know. I just know that on my morally sound characters, I don't do the vengeance. On my morally ambiguous characters, I do, so...
Stendarr was with us in that fight.
I think I can actually sense the blight attempting to corrupt my mind. I've never felt anything like this.
You've met your match.
It must be like that feeling when you can feel yourself getting sick and there's really nothing you can do about it. I remember when I had the flu really bad and I can't remember what year it was.
Seems to be
Was it
somehow tainted.
2017 or 2018? It was that year I had the flu like really badly and I could feel it coming on, but there was absolutely nothing I could do to stop it.
Corruption has spread to these plants as well. It's like they're dead, but not dead at the same time. Ifris bones. The corruption is coming from the den of the eldest. We need to get there, quickly. If the eldest has been corrupted, then everything in this area, every plant, every creature, and every person will soon become corrupted as well. I can't imagine how this blight can so easily penetrate the forest's protections.
What exactly is the eldest?
It is an ancient plant, a strangler. It's been here from the beginning. It's the lifeblood of the forest in this area. If the eldest is truly tainted, then regardless of the Green Pact, we must slay it.
Well, that's not good. Killing the eldest will violate the Green Pact?
I don't think so. We must consider the significance of the Green Pact as a whole. At its core, it's a covenant in which we protect the Green and the Green protects us. In this case, we must cut off the limb to save the trunk. It's the only way.
Will it grow back after we kill it?
Not without assistance. After we've killed it, you must remove its heart. We may be able to use that to grow a new strangler to take the eldest's place.
We'll see it done.
You can destroy the eldest, but you cannot have the heart. It belongs here in the Shadowwood. You will bring it to me.
And we find ourselves here once again. It's so unnatural. It makes me feel queasy. The eldest's heart must be the nexus that ties this plane to ours. I suspect it is also tethered to Naaman's servant, the one who addressed us.
So we have to confront Naaman's servant once again?
We have no choice. Though it sounds as if we risk handling the eldest's heart back over to the enemy. Perhaps, though, we might also purge more of the blight while we were in this realm. That might help us both here and there.
How would we purge more of the blight from here?
The trees in the forest. The taint came from the eldest, but it has undoubtedly spread to the spirits of the trees themselves. If we can slay the corrupted tree spirits, more of the forest may be spared. The eldest's heart can help us.
How can the eldest's heart help us?
The heart's energy could help you slay the tree spirits, but I'm actually not sure that would be a good idea. If we use the heart this way, it will be corrupted. It would destroy any chance of using it to grow a replacement for the eldest.
Okay, so we have a choice here. We can say if it helps us cleanse the blight, that's a risk we have to take, or we shouldn't use it. I'll kill the tree spirits myself. I don't accidentally click the button because my controller tries to fall on the floor, which it just tried to do. Do it yourself. I'll kill the tree spirits myself.
Thank you for understanding. I do not wish to make this any harder, but I feel that compromising the eldest's heart would be wrong. Go on then. Kill the corrupted tree spirits. I will search for Naaman's servant.
Yeah, sometimes choosing the persuasion and intimidation option is not always the best path. Like, it's set up like to make it seem like it's supposed to always be the easiest path, and it is often the easiest path, but just the easiest way is not always the best way.
Count your victories while you may. Your every step brings the heart closer to me.
Whee!
Yes. Bring me the heart, and I will grant you a merciful death. Maybe.
Wait, where's the servant of Naaman? There he is.
Your hopeless heroism ends here.
We're out of the Shadow Wood. Woo! And now we're back to dealing with the feral bogger.
It wasn't easy, but we did it. We stopped the blight from spreading, defeated Naaman's servant, and we still have the heart we can use to grow a replacement for the eldest. All things considered, this went as well as I could have hoped.
What about the corruption in the trees?
Thankfully, your efforts within the Shadowwood saved many of them. But there is still much corruption in the forest. I can feel it. Our work is far from finished. Here, I'll take the heart now.
Alright, so we have one more major location that needs to be done. And then we'll probably have to end off after that. I don't think we'll get to the final quest today. But we'll do that major location in a second. I have to run to the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's hard to believe in just like the difference the last year has made. Like last year, like we were still cleaning up old content. Like we finished Blackwood, and then we started cleaning up old content that I had started and didn't finish. And we spent the entirety of the time between Blackwood and Deadlands release doing that. This year, we finished the entire Daggerfall Covenant quest line except for Rivenspire, which was already done. And we've done Grotwood and we've done Greenshade. On top of doing all the new High Isle stuff.
Well, aren't you the bold one, running around this part of the forest? You've got to be either fearless or just plain foolhardy. Haven't you seen the undead? I'm a Vine Dusk Ranger, and I'm not even sure I'm safe here.
Is Indir here?
Ah, yes. You're the one he mentioned. He'll be glad you're here. The Veiled Heritants were one thing, but the undead are too much. They're Blackroot clan. They were a cruel lot even when they were living, and now they're even worse.
Is there a plan for dealing with them?
Don't ask me. We're at a standstill as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even sure what's at stake. Until I know more, we're hunkering down here. Indani has been running around, though. He's probably got a plan, but you two are on your own for now.
Alright, do you know where he is now?
You know, he comes and goes. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Thank goodness. Right of theft.
Did she tell you? One of the greatest mysteries of Valenwood has finally been solved. Decades of conflicting rumors have been put to rest. We finally know what happened to the Blackroot clan. They died, right here in Verlaine.
And now they've been raised?
Yes, once again the work of Naaman's Shade and the Veiled Heritance. And yes, I do realize we need to return them to rest, but I'm hoping we can uncover more about what happened here while we do. Are you ready to get to work, my friend?
Yes, where do we start?
The Blackroot clan warriors are even more bloodthirsty in death than they were in life. But there are also other spirits here, glimmers from the past, crying out for help. I think they're trying to show us something. We need to watch them.
Alright, let's go watch them.
To battle!
Look for the glimmers of the past I spoke of. Hopefully they will help us figure out how to put the Blackroot clan back to rest. What's that over there?
Elfirian, General Malgoth and the rest of the Blackroot troops are almost upon us.
No, that plan is madness!
Silence, Glonia. Our sacrifice today will ensure our sister villages live on.
Can't even imagine what it must have been like knowing they were going to die and be eaten by their enemies, but knowing that they would ensure that the enemies didn't survive to continue on their path.
Here's another scene. Let's watch.
Elfie, I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's all right, Linril. The poison itself is slow. The black root will have cut our throats long before you felt its effects. Here, we'll drink it together, and I'll fight by your side till the end.
Until the end.
Now, to battle!
So, if you're not able to guess what's happened here, Joe, the Green Pact requires that when a Wood Elf slays an opponent, they must eat the body of the opponent within 3 days of them killing them. And Green Pact fundamentalists would never disobey this rule. And knowing this, these people poisoned their bodies. So when they were killed, their enemies would consume their poisoned flesh, and then they too would die. Thusly, they lost the battle, but they won the war.
That's the last of them, General. The village is clear.
An easy victory. Verlaine is the first to fall, but there will be more. Now, per the meat mandate, let us feast on the fallen. Prepare the cave temple. It's a suitable place for a celebration.
Stow your weapons, my friend. We've won.
Light it!
Can't even imagine, like I said, they did this to save all the other villages.
Look, another one.
General Morgoth, the troops, half of them are dead. The other half...
are dying, including us. This is poison. The villagers poisoned themselves to poison us.
What do you mean?
The meat mandate, you idiot. Elfirian knew she couldn't win on the field, but she'll still manage victory. To the Nereid Temple. Perhaps we can beg a cure.
I take no pleasure in killing.
Here's another scene.
Let's raise my soldiers. Back to your bodies and take
Why
up
do you
arms.
command us from the ooze?
A powerful one, unknown to me, has stolen my bow. It invoked the right of theft, and commanded we march against the Dominion.
By your command.
What a sacrifice. To think the villagers actually poisoned themselves in order to poison the Blackroot clan. It may be morbid, but it's also brilliant. Of course, that really doesn't help us return the Blackroot warriors to their graves, does it?
Not really. What should we do now?
From what I gathered, one of Naaman's servants has stolen General Malgoth's bow and compels the Blackroot clan to fight by the right of theft. What we need to do is steal the general's bow back, and then we can release him from his vows.
How do we find the bow?
We must rely on the scenes of the past. After being poisoned, General Malgoth went to the Nereid Temple. It's likely he died within. I suggest you go in and search for the general's remains. I'll continue searching for clues out here in the forest.
Alright, I'll search the Nereid Temple.
Be wary in there. Nereids wield dangerous magic and can never be trusted. It's no surprise they helped the villagers in their suicidal plot. In fact, the Nereids probably consider General Malgoth's bow a prize. They will defend his remains.
Why would the villagers turn to the Nereids?
Desperation turns enemies into allies. The villagers knew General Malgoth and the Blackroot clan were going to attack, and they knew they couldn't win. Likely they asked the Nereids for help, and the Nereids convinced them this was the best course.
So you've heard of General Malgoth? Or Malgoth?
Of course. Malgoth sought to unite all the Bosmer under his leadership. He led the Blackroot clan to conquer much of Valenwood during the Bosmer tribal wars. Then, one day, they just disappeared. No one knew what happened, until now.
What were the Bosmer tribal wars?
The Bosmer have always been free peoples, bound only to the green. Rarely have the tribes united under singular leadership, although for a period many, like Malgoth, tried. Most of the so-called wars were not fought at all, but won by trickery.
But General Malgoth was an exception?
Yes, General Malgoth had traveled far and wide. He had seen the greatness that comes to those who conquer through military might. That you'd not heard of him is a tribute to the sacrifice of the Verlaine Bosmer.
Let's see. Why did the Nereids even get involved?
Because it's in their nature. Death amuses them, and all the more when they can manipulate people into bringing about their own demise. As distasteful as it may be, the Nereids are part of the natural order. I just try to stay away from them.
Not so different from Malgoth observing the meat mandate?
As barbaric as it seems, many clans still lived by the old traditions during the Bosmer tribal wars. Mind you, they didn't consume the bodies of the dead because they enjoyed the taste. It was a matter of tradition.
And the Volan villagers took advantage of that?
Apparently so, though the tactics they embrace sound more like a Nereid plot than something the villagers themselves might have come up with on their own.
Right of theft can compel even the dead?
For General Malgoth, that's apparently the case. For all his ambition, he was still a staunch traditionalist. It's actually quite impressive that his sense of honor remains intact, even so many years after his death.
How do you steal something from a dead person?
I'd say this is a perverted case. The value that Malgoth placed on his bow alone may be enough for him to want it back. Or he may be using the right of theft as a more honorable justification for his new servitude. There was fear in his voice.
I'd be scared of the shade of Naaman too if I was a dead person.
And that's the end of that tale.
You would steal that which has already been stolen. Then enter the Shadowwood and seek it, though you will find only death.
Shining steel!
I love being a lizard. Man, my armor's in bad shape. I'll have to repair it once we're done here. Of course, you know, 2 hours and 40 minutes of progress will take a toll on your gear.
The bow is a boon to our army. You will not have it.
We're back in the Shadowwood. I had hoped not to visit here again. But if this is where he is holding the General's bow, it's just as well. We need to find the Shade to get the bow back.
Where's the Shade?
I don't know. We'll have to search until we find it, though. In the meantime, however, do you recall the glimmers of the past we saw earlier? It seems those spirits are trapped here in the Shadowwood. We should release them.
How can we release them?
It's the shadow rifts that bind them here. From this side, you only need to touch the rifts to close them. That will release the spirits from their torment and weaken Naaman's grip on this place. If you'll focus on that, I'll search for the Shade.
Alright, I'll go close the shadow rifts.
Good luck, and see you by the stones.
I should still have some... Yep, I still got some...
Wise to keep your gear in good repair. Very wise.
We've got this!
You will soon join us and fight at Morgoth's side.
So you say. Three. 2 more to close.
I hope you prepared for undeath.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to be undead.
You freed us. May Ifrit smile on you. You closed the rifts that bound us here. You must stop that Shade, though. It ceased to do terrible things to Valenwood. Though I have passed on many years gone now, I still consider Valenwood my home.
Don't worry, I'll stop the Shade.
Thank you, and thank you again for releasing us from his grasp. To be pulled back from the rest of death and bound like this, forced to serve such darkness, it was sheer torture. Though we are dead, the people of Verlaine are in your debt.
Surely there's some way you can help defeat the Shade.
Yes, I suppose there is. I can give you a shield that will protect you from harm while you remain in the Shadowwood. Take it, and my blessing. May Ifra watch over you in this realm and back in the realm of the living.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That's not where the Shade of Naaman is.
Naaman warned me about you, and I prepared.
Impressive!
That was a harrowing experience all around. I'm glad it's over. I hope we have succeeded in weakening Naaman's grasp on Valenwood as a whole. Only one thing remains. We must deal with the spirit of General Malgoth.
Shall I return the bow?
Yes, and since you have succeeded in stealing it, it falls on you to invoke the right of theft with the General. Whatever you ask him, he will be compelled to do.
What should I ask for?
The compassionate choice would be to release the General and his army, to allow them to return to their rest. But if you prefer, you might ask them instead to turn against Naaman and aid our forces in the fight for Valenwood. The choice is yours.
Alright, I'll talk to the General.
So it's true then? You have retrieved my bow from the Shade?
I have, and I invoked the right of theft.
My father told me, you will find your bow in an animal's bone. Before it's even carved, you will see it. Mammoth's tusk. Extraordinarily difficult to make a good bow out of. But it was just like he said. I saw it, and I knew. What do you want?
Alright, we have a choice, and this will be the last choice of this stream. We can either say, I want your army to march on Naaman in the name of the Dominion, or I release you and your army from service, you may leave. March. I don't care for compassion for this bastard. I want your army to march on Naaman in the name of the Dominion.
My army is loyal even deep within death, deep within the ooze. They would march against the sun if I commanded it. They will march against Naaman.
Good, then I'll count on your support.
So you commanded the General to turn around and fight on our behalf instead? I feel sorry for the spirits of his soldiers that they remain bound here, but at least you were able to free the villagers from the Shadowwood.
What should we do now?
We've done all we can here, but it's clear that Naaman still seeks to harm Valenwood, so our work is not finished. I suggest we spread out and search for signs of darkness. When Auriel wills it, I am certain the Green will bring us together again. Unless you have questions for me, I will soon be on my way. We should both search the forest for other signs of Naaman's corruption. I fear at some point we will have to confront Naaman himself.
General Malgoth mentioned the ooze. What did he mean?
A spiritual prison of a sort. Bosmer who break their oath to the Green Pact go there when they die, to reflect for an eternity. There's a place called Owls, where we bring the bodies of Oathbreakers. Some think it's a physical link to the ooze.
We'll find that place when we get to Malabar Tor. Okay, so we are pretty much done for this stream. I have one sky shard left that I haven't found. One standing stone. Which sky shard is it that I haven't found? Oh, it's that one. Okay, hold on. So we're going back to the Falsetti Spring site. I know why I didn't find that sky shard. I normally find it when we're doing the main quest. And since we kind of skipped that, I haven't actually done it yet. So, or not the main quest, but usually when I do the Vengeance, I find that sky shard. And since I didn't do the Vengeance, I didn't find the sky shard. The other times I've skipped doing the Vengeance, I've missed that sky shard too. See, it's right there. I just have to find my way up there. Oh, Psijic portal. Yeah, I can't express how excited I am about you know, future Elder Scrolls games, because all of them can have references to Elder Scrolls Online, and they should have references to Elder Scrolls Online, because some people are like, oh, Elder Scrolls Online, it's not main, you know, it's not a main line, nothing that it does in there will help. But no, like, it's helped set up a lot of lore for the Elder Scrolls universe. I honestly want to see lots of references to things that happened in the Elder Scrolls Online in future Elder Scrolls games. Like, Lyrinth could show up in the Elder Scrolls 6. And Lyrinth is like, you know, this isn't the time frame I left. Where's my mortal? You'll do as a replacement, because I can't seem to find my mortal. And I'll be like, no, it's me, Lyrinth. It's like, I need a replacement mortal. You'll do for now. Alright, and then there's one more standing stone, and it's the one down in Woodhearth. Hold on, I'll be right back, sorry. Sorry, somebody called me. We're almost done. I'm just going to grab this last standing stone, and then we are good. In fact, we will wrap up Greenshade next week, because all that's left is Hectahome. And once we're done with Hectahome, there's one main quest and one area, and then we're done with Greenshade. And we'll finish up any miscellaneous quests that I've picked up that I haven't done yet, but I think I've actually gotten all of them done as we found them. And then it's off to Malabar Tor. Like, and in fact, this was my plan. Like, if we had actually streamed last week, we would have been done this week with Greenshade, exactly as I planned it. And then we would have been on to Malabar Tor, and you know, before September started. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen now. Because we're definitely going. I mean, I could stream a little longer and get it finished, but like, I don't know. I feel like streaming 3. I don't know what quest that is. Huh? I don't know what quest that is. That's interesting. But I feel like that would be just too much to stream, you know, 6 hours today to make up for missing last week. So we'll do another stream sometime during the week, maybe, and get Greenshade done and start on Malabar Tor. So just watch the space for that. But otherwise, we are good to go. And I will catch you guys next week, or next time, as we continue the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye.